My next guest is a business and productivity coach. She helps women increase sales by being more productive so that they can have more by doing less. She is a proud mom of two, a wife, and simply an amazing human. Please welcome Charissa Vargas. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone. I'm here with Charissa, my amazing client. I'm so excited for this episode. This is going to be awesome. Hi, Charissa.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm also very excited.
Yay! I'm so excited to have you on here. Honestly, it's been such a privilege and an honor for me to have you as my client. You are just an amazing human being. Talk to me about who you are, what you do, where you come from.
Awesome. Well, I'm a Panamanian girl, so I live in this little tiny country. And I help women to be more productive so they can increase sales and live life on their own terms. I want to teach everybody to have a bigger income by doing less. So this is my philosophy, and I've been a business coach, certified business coach, for a couple of months now, and I feel it's the best profession I should have ever chosen for myself. So that's
Oh
me.
my gosh. I love it. I love that. It's so important to follow our passions. And I feel like this is totally your element. Like, I've seen you thrive into your coaching practice, and it's just been an amazing journey.
Yes, thank you very much. If I can share, I got my certification as a health coach and a life coach. And I started probably in that niche. And then later, thanks to your help, I realized actually my biggest passion is to help women develop businesses that are productive, so that they can have
Hmm.
more free time. So
Yes.
yeah, this is where the big shift came in for me, and this is where we are right now.
Yes. I actually had the same shift. Like, I started in the health and life coach as well. And I just found my love in business coaching. So I'm so glad we're both here today.
Yes.
Awesome. What would you say is your biggest insight looking back at your childhood and how you grew up? And did you imagine you'd be where you are today?
Yeah. Well, my childhood, I think, was a very strict childhood, let's say. So here in Panama, I was born in a family where my mom worked a lot, and my mom is an occupational therapist, so she had her
Mm,
own clinic, and I saw her every day putting herself like very high goals and working super hard to get there, being the owner of her time. So since I was very young, she decided she was not going to work on Fridays, for example, but she was making the effort every day in order to maintain those boundaries in her life. And then my dad is a pilot, so he was also very passionate about his profession, and he really enjoyed, being a pilot, going in all his trips, and he was always super happy. So I made the connection of working hard, but also enjoying what you were doing. Those things were super
mm,
important. I saw both of them working super hard, really having big dreams and working a lot in order to get those dreams, but enjoying it. I never saw none of them like complaining of their jobs or feeling they didn't belong and just staying there. So this image of really enjoying what you have to do and looking, trying new things in order to get what really sparks a passion in you is something that I grew up with and that I've always tried to I don't know, like live every day. No,
Oh my
so
gosh.
when
Yeah.
when I graduated from high school, I was kind of lost because I was like, okay, I want to be a pilot, or maybe I want to be an occupational therapist, or I don't know what I want to be. So it took me a while for me to really understand what I wanted to be. And even after I graduated from university, I still didn't feel that I was in the right path. I always felt that I wanted to do something different, that I wanted to have my own business, but everything was set up in a way that I started growing in corporate life. But I still had this thought and this image of my mom being the owner of her time and doing things at her own pace and taking the challenges that she wanted to take. So I think maybe this image, now that I'm recalling this story, is what actually motivated me to take different steps into becoming a business coach. So I first had a
Mhm.
marketing agency, I also had a restaurant, then I had a clothing brand, and well, now I am helping other women that probably are in the same path of figuring it out
Yeah.
how to do it.
Oh my gosh. And that's what I love about you. You're just like going, going, going. And would you say this is where your spirit for taking action began? Like I see you taking action like crazy. And I think it's also what really help you accomplish what you have accomplished so far.
Yes, for me, I mean, if something is broken, I have to fix it. This is the way I think. So if I don't like something, if I don't feel comfortable, if something is not, flowing the way I want to do it, or I don't feel it's right, I have to find a solution. So I'm definitely an action taker, and I'm a very committed person. So if I say I'm gonna try to have a restaurant, I'm gonna do it 100%. If it doesn't work, probably it wasn't meant to be, but it's not because I didn't try. So it was the
Mm.
same for my coaching business. I first started studying how to do coaching, but when it comes to making business with a coaching certification, it's completely different than just doing coaching. So I
Mhm.
said, I need help in order to do this, but I'm going to make the most out of this help and this support. So I invested in working with you, and I was so lucky to find you like in Instagram. I don't really know how I landed in your page, but I was so, so lucky. And I remember we talked, and I didn't have the funds in order to pay for the program
Mhm.
at the time. But I kept it in my mind, and I started taking action in order to find a solution for this problem, right?
Mhm.
Until
Mhm.
then, I was able to make the effort. It wasn't an easy investment for me. That actually was a big investment, even though it wasn't like the biggest ticket that you were offering. But
Mhm.
for me, in the position that I was at the time, it was something that I was like very scared. But I said, okay, if I'm going to make this investment, it's going to happen. And I'm going to take action every day. I'm going to show up. I'm going to make the changes that I have to make. I'm going to commit. And I think this is why 4 months down the line, it's completely different, my situation.
Yes, tell us more about it.
So yeah, I remember I first started working with you for a something like a flash program, something like this,
Mhm.
like very intense, only 2 sessions. And right after our first session, I signed a client. So I took
Yes.
everything that you told me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it happen. Let's do it. And right that week, I got my first client. It wasn't good, like it wasn't the perfect sales call. I did many mistakes now that I remember, but I allowed myself to take imperfect action, and I allowed myself to just start without having all the answers. Um,
This
After
is
that,
huge.
yes. After that, I kept on, doing what I had learned in the 2 sessions that I had with you. And then I said, I need a little more support. So I did this investment with the money that I had because I was pregnant at the time in my third trimester, and the money that I had was either to pay for my labor or for coaching. So I said, okay, I'm going to use half of this money for the coaching program, but I'm going to get it back the sooner the better because I have to get, to pay labor.
Yeah.
So I said, I have to do it. There's no other option. And setting this commitment with myself made me show up every day. I started
Mhm.
being more live in social media. I did a 3 day challenge, if I'm not mistaken, and I started attracting people to my energy because it was not about what I was saying. It was more about the, I guess, power or energy that I was bringing to everything that I was doing. Because I was so committed with it that I had, to make it happen, and it did. It did actually. It wasn't something like mission impossible. I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed every single step of the way. Every learning that I got from every sales call was something very important. And recently I just hit my first 10K. In
Yes.
about, I think, 34 days I did 10K. So I was
Yes.
like,
Oh my
yay.
gosh. This is amazing. I'm so blown away by you. And honestly, it's not surprising to me because every single call we have, you're just like, go, go, go. Let's take action. Let's implement. Let's do this. And it just pays off.
Yes, it does. Actually, whenever I have a call with you, I think I get like the courage to do it. I think I was lacking somebody that I could share my ideas with and get some feedback, shift anything that needed to be shift or make it better, and then take action. So right after our call, I always tell you I have a lot of homework. And I say, okay, our calls are on Wednesdays. So next Wednesday, I have to have things ready. I have to have results. I have to, I guess, move the needle a little forward. And
Mhm.
this is what we've been doing. And I'm so happy and thankful for having your guidance, your support, and of course, your friendship, because
Mhm.
it has been an amazing, amazing journey.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. You're so sweet, honestly. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Okay, this is so good. I feel like there's so many little nuggets in here that the audience is gonna take away. So let's go back and just talk about what do you think is the biggest key to success in business for you?
Well, for me, it's taking action and allowing yourself to make mistakes and not be perfect. Lose the
Mm.
perfectionism, leave it aside, forget about it, forget about what other people are going to say, forget about anybody that's not you. Like, this is
Mm.
for me key. I see a lot of people not taking action because they feel they're not ready, they feel they don't have anything to share, they feel that people are going to make fun of them, and it's totally the opposite. There are a lot of people out there waiting for ourselves to have the courage to show up. So take action with what you have available right now, with the learnings that you have right now, with the experience that you have right now, and trust yourself as much as you can, right? As soon as you do that, things are going to start changing and things are going to start moving in a way that you will actually be surprised of everything that you can achieve.
Wow, this is amazing. And what would you say to someone who's afraid to take action?
I would ask him, what is the craziest thing that could happen if they take action? Like,
Mm.
what happens if you do the live? What happens if you do the post? What is the craziest thing that could happen if you create the masterclass, or
Mhm.
if you share your program with the audience? And you will see that the craziest thing that could happen is not that bad as usually the ideas that we have in our minds. So it's actually something good that could happen. If you make the post, if you do the live, if you take the pictures, if you sell your program, it can only be better. So yeah, think
Yes.
about what is the craziest thing that could happen and start taking action, even in a small way. I mean, I'm not telling people like if you're afraid of being on stage, go and do something crazy. You can take baby steps until you get used to it, and then it
Mhm.
will it will flow. It will be easier.
Ugh, I love this. You're amazing. Awesome.
Thank
So,
you.
one question that I ask all my guests on the podcast is, what does being a powerful leader mean to you?
Well, that is a great question. For me, being a powerful leader means a big responsibility with myself. So it means that I have to live the life I've always dreamed every single day. Good days, bad days, I have to show up for myself because that's what real leaders do. It's not about having a big audience or a big crowd cheering you. It's about you acknowledging the power that you have, the potential that you have, and giving yourself the opportunity to live according to those standards. So that's
Wow.
that's what's for me.
Wow, wow, wow. I feel like the audience right now is like, oh my gosh, who is she? So, where can people find you? Where can people go and connect with you further in the online space?
Yeah, I welcome everybody in my Instagram community. It's at Chary Vargas, so that's CharyVargas, or they can look for me in my Facebook community. I usually help women, like Latin women, so almost all my content is in Spanish, and it's called Mujeres de Negocios, as más con menos, but I'm gonna soon launch something very special for the English community, for those that are willing to be more productive and have a better business. Something good is coming, so go follow me on Instagram so you can get the news from the start.
Woohoo! I'm so excited about this. And shout out to all the Latinas listening to this. I know we said we wanted to do it like in Spanglish. So let's say something in Spanish.
Claro, bueno, muchas gracias por la oportunidad. A todas esas latinas que me están escuchando, yo confío en ustedes, confío en su potencial, así que vamos a trabajar juntas para que sean mucho más productivas, tengan más tiempo libre y disfruten vivir la vida que siempre han querido.
Me encanta. Muchas gracias, Charissa, por estar aquí conmigo hoy y siempre. Te adoro. ¡Mua! Un beso.
Ay, muchísimas gracias. Thank you very, very much. Y te mando un súper abrazo y hasta la próxima.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.